So it's time again for us to go ahead and talk about the iPhone XR. I feel like I cannot get enough of this device, and let's see how it holds up in the middle part of 2022. Now, I've talked about this phone a lot, and even stemming from earlier on this year, a few things have changed, but it's not looking like this iPhone is at its end of life. When I look at the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, those iPhones kind of had a sad life ahead of them. But with the iPhone XR, it's basically 50-50. I feel like the iPhone XS and iPhone 11 series could possibly end up the same way. Hopefully not, but it could end up being the same way as the iPhone 6s and 7, where they just ended up support. Maybe the iPhone 11 drops support early. The iPhone, XS series maybe gets, support a little bit longer. But with the iPhone XR, I've been having the chance to install iOS 16 on a beta. I compared it to iOS 15. I did all sorts of different tests with it, including a battery test and speed test. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm pretty optimistic about iOS 16 in terms of a performance standpoint and from a feature standpoint. But from a battery life standpoint, this is easily one of the biggest disadvantages and probably one of the biggest drops I've seen from one iPhone to the other on iOS 16. It's pretty insane. So first of all, the body of this iPhone still feels pretty premium. Not really much has changed there. I think the IPS panel in the front isn't that big of a deal, and I think it still looks pretty well. The lightning port at the bottom is nice, glass on the back. Feeling this phone still, it feels really, really good. And I actually just bought another, iPhone XR. That one does have a cracked screen, but I still think that iPhone feels and performs extremely well, and I don't really have too many problems in terms of the body standpoint. Installing iOS 16 was very easy. I did not have any, random reboots or, anything like that. So that was really, really good to see as well. But stepping back and actually looking at this iPhone from a pure performance standpoint, I am actually very hesitant about the way iOS 16 is going to be going in the future. Now, iOS 15 really wasn't the best update for the iPhone XR for some reason. I factory reset this iPhone. I've done all sorts of different things, and my iPhone XR on iOS 15 just never really did that well. Now in iOS 16, it's a little bit worse, but it's expected. In a beta, it's never going to be that great, but it's strange when we just had a beta when the iOS 15 update, the previous update, really wasn't that great on it either. So that's kind of another disadvantage with this iPhone. Again, I don't want to sit here and just kind of complain about all the problems with this iPhone, but when I'm looking at this device and I'm looking at the future of it, I really hope Apple can go ahead and really focus in on iOS 16, especially for these types of iPhones, so they can go ahead and increase the longevity and just increase the way these iPhones are going to be performing for the future. Now, in a battery test I did with my iPhone XR, I did two different ones, and pretty much every single time my iPhone XR was one of the first iPhones to die. Now, the first test I did, my iPhone 8 Plus was the first to die, followed by my iPhone XR. The iPhone 10, iPhone 11, and iPhone 12 outlasted it, which is pretty interesting because the iPhone 10, I wasn't expecting that iPhone to last longer than this thing. But I did another test against my iPhone 8, iPhone SE2, iPhone 10, XR, and iPhone 11, and the iPhone 8 and iPhone XR almost died around the same time, which is actually pretty insane. My battery health is also higher on my iPhone XR than my iPhone 10, so I don't really see why the iPhone XR didn't last that long. And it's crazy to me because this iPhone used to be the longest, lasting iPhone in terms of a battery standpoint. I would look at this iPhone, I would be so happy with the way this iPhone was performing from a battery standpoint. And I look at this iPhone now, and I just feel like the software versions this iPhone has been getting, it's just been taking a hit after hit after hit. And I kind of feel bad for this iPhone right now, to be honest. I hope Apple can kind of go ahead and, improve the software and everything. But the way this iPhone holds up in the middle part of 2022, I'm optimistic about the future of this iPhone. I think as of right now, it still has a little bit of work to do, but hopefully with the future of this iPhone and with the features that are going to be bringing with iOS 16, I hope Apple really focuses in and creates a much better iOS 16 update on the iPhone XR. So that's kind of where I think this iPhone is currently. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.